Hey everybody, this is Stephanie. Thanks for tuning in. It is Friday and I'm jumping in with another Project Life process video. This is for 2022. Now, as you can see here, I am adjusting my cards. I try to do an intro page and then start off with week one. However, week one is simply the last week of December and January 1st. I don't want to bring December in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to totally can the intro page portion of this, and I'm going to place week one there because if you've seen my first video for 2022, I labeled this week one, and in reality, but the photos of New Year's, this is really week two. And I could have just switched it up and only had week two and go from there, or I could have left week one, but I knew it was going to bug me that I didn't start out right. Does that make sense? You want to start off on the right foot? I don't know. But it made sense to me to readjust these cards. I mean, I think that's the beauty of working in a pocket page format. So I pulled two of the 4x6 photos and placed them in the intro section, which is going to be week one. And now that I pulled those two New Year's photos out, I have two filler pockets that I gotta fill up. I am going to make a title card for week two, since now, technically speaking, this is week two. Stay with me, guys. And I debated at the beginning of the video, if you saw me grabbing out the two 4x6 of my award of the year, Mindful, and that 2022 in big bold numbers there on the 4x6, if I can just do a 12x12 layout talking all about one little word, which is a project that was created by Allie Edwards. So if you wanted to get further in depth on that project, definitely check her out. She's a creator, she's a designer, and she has a YouTube channel. So I debated on doing a 12x12 layout. However, I thought, since this is Project Life and I tend not to place things personal for myself in here, I just feel like I'm documenting their stories and I forget to really place mine in here. So I decided to opt with this card right here, to go ahead and include it instead of trying to pull it out. I can always document my word in a 12x12 layout or in a traveler's notebook, again, somewhere else. So I'm okay with doing that. Bringing in that mindful card and deciding to keep it helped determine my color scheme as well. Since again, there's so many colors in my photos that I thought I would probably do this rainbow 4x6 card in the upper left as my title card. But I just rather have the gray to keep things a lot muted, I guess, because I think my photos have enough color that it speaks for itself. So I'm just kind of switching things up because I feel like it doesn't look as proportioned, and I'm gonna commit like the way it's gonna look right now. That's gonna be where everything stays finally. So now, moving another step forward, I need to figure out how I want to do my title card. So I pull out my Parker outline stamps from LA Studio just because, if you notice, my Mindful is in that same font. And I know I had initially bought the Parker outline number stamp set as well. Unfortunately, I lost them. I didn't know where they were. And I kept looking in my stash where I normally keep all of the LA Studio products, and I was going so crazy because I knew I purchased them. And behold, in my December daily stash, I found these labels. These labels are also from LA Studio, and I had went back last week to their store thinking to want to buy them after all, and they're sold out, you guys. I was so bummed because I was thinking I can use these as my main focal piece to keep things consistent in Project Life. I like having that to roll over throughout the year. And behold, I had already purchased them back in December and left them in my December daily stash. Yes, my December daily stash is still out. Please comment down below and let me know I'm not the only one. It's just sitting there, lurking off to the side, giving me dirty looks like my dirty dishes do. I plan to get on that. It's just, I know I'm not the only one with unfinished projects. Now, so as I also looked for the stamp set, that was the one, I found this stamp set, which I also got in December, I believe, and forgot about it. So I wanted to make sure that I used it because it actually worked perfectly for my filler card on top, my title card. So I went ahead and aligned them, and I thought I wanted to check and see and make sure that it fit, and it does. I went ahead and jotted down a few sentiments underneath my word, and it just says, mindful of my thoughts, my time, and my energy, and then one little word of 2022. So basically just something that kind of like a mantra, I think, for the year. I'm going to try and hone in on that. Let's see if that works. So now I went to go get something. Oh yes, okay. So I had these like plexiglass acrylic style sheets. They're a little thinner than a traditional acrylic block. These were given for my husband. He noticed that I needed a bigger acrylic block, and he said, I have a ton of those. He's like, something very similar. And he pulled these out, and they're a bit thinner, and I like that because I'm able to give a better impression, like a better push impression to get the images stamped. And he has a bunch of different sizes that he gave me, and they work out just fine. I was able to get this stamped out perfectly without having to do it individually or getting them moved. Within that stamp set, they also had like these little clusters of solid stars and the outline stars and like dots and pluses, and they're just so cute. And I felt like they can just add this perfect touch along these stamped images. And now that I did that, I really wanted to tie in all my cards that are gray, that have these stars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that same little cluster along the two 4x6 gray cards. Initially, I did place it in a darker gray on this card, but like I said, to help tie everything together, I'm gonna go over the gray stamped images with the black ink. And I just like working with black a bit more just because my typewriter, when I'm doing my journaling, is also in black ink, and I think that helps pull the entire spread together. So I'm just going to do that small change, and I'm really happy with the fact that I was able to make these types of changes to get this project to be better for me. Basically, I'm so much more happier to come back to Project Life. I was struggling a bit there, and I'm sharing this with you guys because I want to let you guys know, even someone like me that's been doing Project Life since 2015, some years I do struggle and it doesn't come as naturally. Oh, it's so nice when it does, though. I'm not gonna lie. But I pulled through, and I tweaked and fixed until I was happy enough to move to the next week. So this is week 2 now, and I have my title card all complete. I'm gonna be placing them in their pockets. I'm gonna go back to week 1, which is now, that used to be the intro page. It's week 1, you guys, and it happens to have all of us together, so it's still a win-win. And I'm gonna just switch out that label right there, just because I want to keep that consistent look going. And that's the only change that I'm going to do, and I'm going to call that done. Now, I still want to share a process with you guys, since I feel like this was just letting you know how I fix some issues like mistakes or things that I'm not happy with. And now let's jump into process week 3. Oh, I have a flap there. I forgot about it. Happy clap dance. It's a thing. I'm telling you guys, I do it every single time I've tried things and I come out really happy. I have to do like, oh yes, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. That's probably where I get it from. I'm like, yes. Oh my God, that's funny. I just thought of it. Yeah, okay, so week 3. Week 3, as you can notice, most of my photos are very neutral and have like grays and blues. So I kind of wanted to keep the additional cards that I bring in with that same color scheme. However, I struggled a bit, since you notice that one photo there to the right, it is my toddler asleep on the couch, and he had put on my Valentine's Day socks and he was wearing them until he passed out, and he just looks so stinking cute. I had to take a picture. So this picture makes me feel like I need to bring in the red. And I want to put it real close to it because, like, this is why I'm bringing in the red. But then I feel like it's so much red in one area. So I'm just going to play around, look for the cards in the January LE Studio kit, as well as from previous kits, the excess cards that I have, trying to see what works. Now, this Polaroid frame style Project Life card that I have next to that photo of him will end up being the card I choose. I don't know why I kept switching it up. I just need to commit stuff. You take forever. I think it's just because I changed everything so much in week 1 and 2 that I was like, week 3 cannot be this easy. So I'm now also, if you notice that die cut that says hello 2022, I have a photo there face down. That is a photo of our newest nephew that arrived this week, and due to the fact that it's not my child, I'm keeping the privacy for my sister and that family since she's not really on social media, and that's why I have it face down. So my title card this week is going to be a 3x4 card that you can see in the upper left portion, the third 3x4. And I'm trying to debate if I want to add all the colors on that for that title card to help pull in that red, but I felt like it doesn't really need that many colors up there. And I'm now moving forward because I'm struggling with the Project Life cards. I'm making too big of a deal. And so I'm gonna pick up some of the die cuts here and find little homes for them. And then I'm gonna go back to the Project Life cards that I need to work with. So I don't stay with these. I just took a break because I was having some trouble, and I grab out the die cuts that I think I want to use for this week. So I fast forward, and I remembered in the January kit I also had purchased the 8x5. Is that what they are? The 8.5, like by 6 or something. Yeah, paper pads, and I layered 2 of the pattern papers here and then place week 3. And I like that a lot more. I could have kept the one right before I switched it, but I didn't want to have to place any journaling there. Again, I don't want to place any information. And that's just because I share with social media, and I'm okay with not placing the information there because I know it. And so I'm going to be placing some hearts to finish this off. I thought I would go with some black hearts, but you can't really see it at the bottom here. So I'm going to switch it up and add in some of that light pinky hearts, and it ends up adding more color on my spread perfectly. I did not know the camera wasn't rolling. I stamped 2 images on my Project Life cards here, and here is the overview. I hope you got inspired in some way. If you happen to like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye, guys.